Cat Ninjas, good evening to all of you. Good evening, Mr. Shrikar. Shrikar Satya, good evening to you. Good evening to others as well. So, good evening. So, here we go. Here I am today bringing down the three important mistakes generally people kind of overlook because of certain pressure factors. So, as a part of Cat Ninjas and especially keeping CAT 2021 in mind, I am speaking about, I'm bringing about these 3 points in front of you. Yes, okay. Fair enough. So before even I start this particular lecture. So warm welcome to all of you, and then let me quickly introduce myself. Then we will get started on to discussing about what are these 3 or 4 things that probably we might have to keep in time. I am bringing this from the exposure and experience that I have about 14 years in this industry and what I've guided the students in the past and how they were beneficial to them. So I'm bringing back the same news to 1 month to CAT and half, and also based upon some of you who have sent certain queries to me, right? Based on that, I'm bringing these particular facts in front of you. Before that, allow me to quickly introduce myself. I am Belvi Srinivas. I've been working in this test prep industry since 2007. That's about 14-15 years now. So in that period in time, I worked with various organizations in various capacities, contributed both in the field of management as well as in the field of training. As a part of training, I did develop some good skill to train the students in QA, DI, and LR, although I can counsel the students. All in all, that's QA, DI, LR, and verbal. So holistically, I can kind of understand, and that's a little bit about me. And you would like to seek short counselings or brief discussions, there are a handful of students who are active and they keep discussing some interesting content. You guys also can join this Telegram group and you can seek guidance from the peers, or you can also ping me out there and I would be able to respond to some of your queries. That's briefly about the background. So before I get started, let me quickly make some announcements, then we will get into the lecture part. So there is a batch which started on 27th, primarily keeping CAT 22 and OMET 22 in mind. So I'm sure most of you are looking here for CAT 21. But if any of your friends or somebody is looking at CAT 22, you can kind of inform them, or anybody by accidentally are here for appearing for CAT 22. Maybe that this information could be of some interest to you. Yeah, there is a batch which is set to launch. That's tomorrow. Again, it is for 22. One of them is a weekend batch. The other one is a weekday batch. And these are some of the finest educators who are teaching this particular program. And also, if you're looking especially at NMAT, there is a batch which is coined keeping NMAT in mind. How do you score better in NMAT with the kind of preparation that you have. Yes, that is the kind of it's directed more towards NMAT, and you can take a look at this particular batch. Of course, all this is for the subscription. Once you have the plus subscription or iconic subscription, only then you will be able to attend these classes. Now, quickly to talk about it. So if you are appearing for CAT 21, so maybe 6 months plus subscription might be handy. Knowing that you might want to prepare a structured course on SNAP, or it could be an IFT, or it could be on ZAT, or some of these other management entrance exams, and it can be even like TIS. Some of you may be oriented towards the HR kind of side, social entrepreneurship side, so TIS can be one of the programs, or it could be MICA. Some of you may be kind of looking at the marketing and communication side. MICA can be one of the fantastic institutes from that particular perspective. So all these for all these particular exams, there would be structured courses which will be available on the Plus platform. On whatever the listed prices, you will always get 10% discount whenever you use any of the educator code, including my code, which is Belvi 100. Just because you use the number 100 doesn't mean you get 100% discount. So it would be 10% discount, right? Yeah. One of you are saying that there is a lag. All right. Okay. So let me sort it. If there is a lag, give me a second. Let me sort it if there is a lag. Mukesh, is there a lag? How many? Just can you guys confirm? Is there a lag? Lag is from your end because Mega Mars, Radhika, I think others are saying fine. Yeah. Okay. Others are saying fine. Please check the internet connection at your end, please. Mukesh, good to see you after a long time. Where have you been? Just on a lighter note, I think because, yeah, after a long time, I'm finding you out here. The others are kind of more or less kind of regular. Yeah. So I hope everything is fine on the other side. Who is this unknown boy? Unknown boy, is it Kushagra? Every time you come with some surprise name or somebody else, so you can let me know your name. Yeah, that would be nice. Great, guys. All right. Yeah. Fine. So allow me to continue in that case. Allow me to continue. Let's get to the, yeah. Yeah, hi Shrikar. Yeah. Allow me to continue. Yeah, if you are looking at guidance, one-to-one guidance, one-to-one guidance. Oh, thanks, Aman. Thanks, Aman. Thanks for letting me know the name. Yeah, if you're looking at guidance, that's one-to-one meetings that you would like to set up, then you might have to go for Iconic subscription, right? We are looking for Iconic subscription. Yes, there are 6-month subscription, 12-month subscription, 24-month subscription, whatever the listed prices that you kind of see, you get of course 10% discount on this. Hey, what is this one-to-one meetings being set up? You can set up the meetings to discuss various factors. It could be about your preparation strategy, the test taking strategy, or it could be like, your doubts, your concepts, or your B school form fillings, because when you're filling some of the forms like SPJN or IFT, or into the future some of the IM forms, once you get the call, you got to fill a form and send. So those responses can be validated, all that stuff. You can set up those kind of meetings. You just want to understand what generally offered is about 25 meetings for a 6-month subscription. You can meet a faculty 25 times. You can set up 25 meetings, but there is an offer till 31st of this particular month. You can set up 35 meetings with 6-month subscription. You can set up short meetings, one-to-one meetings of 35. So whichever the mentor that you like. So that's something there. If somebody is looking for a one-year Iconic subscription, you can set up 50 short discussions, right? So, but then with the offer, it's becoming 70. And just to give, because sometimes we say that you can set up one-to-one meetings and you might not know how many meetings one can set up. These are kind of meeting setups that we are kind of talking about. Yeah. And these are some other offers in addition to that are currently running till about 31st, right? Offers and offers and offers in this month, Diwali offers, whatever, like outside offers, inside offers, all set. Guys, welcome all of you. Good evening, Hussein and Mukesh. I'm reading your comment. Okay. All right, Mukesh. No worries. All right, good guys. Are we all set to plunge into understand a little bit technicals for the next 20-30 minutes? All good, all set up. Okay, today you don't have to really sit with a pen and a book. Okay, unlike other lectures, and in this particular lectures, you don't have to use too much of a pen and a book. Probably you can take a little bit of notes on your mobile itself, right? If you're using a mobile or something that you're scribbling pad, you can do it. But otherwise, generally, the lectures that we do, I always advise you to keep a book and a pen. Yeah, so today I don't really say that, hey, are you sitting with a book and a pen? That might not be, because they are very shorter aspects, impactful. Just carry those 2 or 3 thoughts in your mind and we are done. And of course, it would remain fresh because we are just 3 months to CAT. Okay, one of the burning questions is, now trust me guys, a lot of people withdraw mocks in the last 1 month, which is going to be a serious blunder. I'm telling you, already know, whoever is watching this live or after this, these are the usual things I see in the last 1 month. Let me forewarn you so that you push yourself whenever such urge comes, saying that, hey, that negativity comes. All right, you kind of push yourself, because mocks do a lot of good. We'll speak about it maybe in short time. So first urge, all right, now first negative withdrawals, all right, now you will get a feeling of, let me withdraw from the mocks. I don't want to take mocks. On the other hand, you guys know that, okay, if I want to put a number, man, what is the kind of mock targets you should kind of have for this particular month, coming month? It should be 3 per week, therefore into about 4. You should be writing somewhere closer to a dozen mocks in the coming month, all right, in this 30 days time. So even if you look at any of the mocks series that you have joined for, check it out, you will have 12 mocks left. You will have about 12 mocks left, proctored, unproctored, invigilated, non-invigilated, take home, all that stuff put together, whichever way. All right, now the mock series brands them, the different names that they use, but they all try to convey it. Some of them are on the designated date out of these 12 mocks. Some of them they conduct it on a designated dates or a designated window period. Some of them they'll say that, hey, whenever you guys want, you take it, kind of. But all in all, I'm sure, all right, now, so most of, because it's very scientific, try to understand that and don't try to go beyond the science, because they've been evolved over a period of time. So most of these institutes evolved in last 20-25 years kind of time. They have scientifically proven something. They evolved from one number to the other number. They kind of know that, hey, in the last 1 month, if I want good results from my students, I got to give them somewhere closer to the dozen mocks. Can anybody confirm whichever mock series that you are taking, roughly a dozen mocks are left at this point in time? A dozen would have been taken and a dozen would have left, only from CAT perspective. These dozen are from the CAT perspective. Anybody kind of agree with me? because it's a very scientific thought, very scientific thought. You could say that a kind of a dozen marks are kind of left. Can anybody confirm it in the chat? Yes, somewhere closer. Now don't pick that number 12 as 12. 12 can be 15, 12 can be 10, but somewhere a ballpark figure is about 12. It's a ballpark figure. Yeah, whatever it is. Right, okay. Good, all right, okay, coming to that. Okay, I'm not looking at exact number, somewhere around that. That's a good number, good. So quite a few of you kind of have taken a look, and that's what it is. Yeah, so what it implies, it is not an overburden. You got to write 3 marks per week for the next 4 weeks, which will take you closer to 12. Hey, no, my preparation is almost done. I want to know bits and pieces that are left or to be done through the mocks itself. Sure, you can increase this number by some or whatever is possible. You can stretch it a little bit, but otherwise by and large you got to take them, and ensure that out of these 12 marks, another point, now your admit card should be out. So all of you might have seen your admit card and could have got your slots. Can I just quickly randomly know that what are the time slots that you guys have got for CAT? Morning, afternoon, evening. Can you guys kind of put it out there? Slot 1, slot 2, slot 3 is also fine. That's morning, afternoon, evening kind of. Yep. Okay. Oh, ones are dominating, guys. Anybody threes here? Okay, there is 1 3 in between. Okay, slot 1 is dominating. Okay. All right, okay. Why did I ask this? Let me come to this. Why did I ask this? Hey, whenever you're writing these mocks, write in that calendar time, write at that particular time, around that particular time, right? No hard and fast rule, Make time, guys. This is a priority. This is the priority just because we thought about the mock. Now I'm saying that I am moving away from withdrawal symptoms. You get these withdrawal symptoms, forget it. You plan it out. This is what you are going to do here. And I know that some of you may be working, some of you may be in the college, some of whatever be the kind of constraint that you have. This 1 month is important. If you give reasons, you lost a golden opportunity, and your mind should be at peak, autopilot mode. Your mind should be set at peak around this particular point in time, right? Around this particular point in time. Those who are writing in slot 1, try and see that you take as many mocks as possible out of these dozen. I'm not saying that okay, you might have the comfort of writing all 12 mocks during that particular point in time, sure, because some of you might have the work commitments, some of you might have the family commitments, whatever so it is, right? We don't know, but try write as many mocks in the given timeline, because it's important. Your mind has to be super alert at that point in time. That's important, and that should be kept in the autopilot mode. 1 month of practice. Technically, anything to be put in practice, generally science says that 21 days. 21 days is the time. I'm saying that, hey, give another 1 week to it, make 1 month. Or the entire 1 month practice your mocks at that point in time. Those who are writing in slot 1, get the peak in slot 1. Those who are writing in slot 2, get your peak in slot 2. Those who are writing in slot 3, as much as possible, get your peak in slot 3. That's important there. And all Sundays, you must write a test in that particular time, no matter what. All right, let the hell break loose. It doesn't matter to you, because this 1 month is so crucial to me. If I were you, that's how I think about it. I don't want to leave it to the flexible, the mercy of flexibility. I don't want to be any flexible. I would be solid, rigid. 4 Sundays, I will take the mock exactly at that point in time. Why? Because I simply want to set my mind in autopilot mode. That's it, right? After 4 Sundays, it is done. That's how it has to be. That's how it should be. All right. Now, so if you are serious about it, take this warning pretty seriously. Take this and don't try to deviate and say that, hey, I'm flexible. Hey, all those thoughts doesn't work, man. When you want to get good outcome, so don't try to be too flexible. Be rigid and hold on to your dreams. Okay, so what makes you come to this? Psychological. What makes you? Sometimes some of you may be facing the discouraging scores in mocks. Why people withdraw? I'm justifying it because when I spoke to hundreds of students in the past, when I say that, hey, why you are not writing mocks? Because when I was in the centers, when I asked them, suddenly I find that, okay, somebody is not taking the mocks. When I just give a call, or sometimes when I face them, why you are not writing mocks regularly? Reason is, sir, mocks scores are very discouraging. I have to put in a lot of effort in studies. No, that should not be the answer. What last 1 month, mocks has to be done. Along with that, every other preparation has to be done. Don't compromise. All these are the excuses given by the timid mind. Mind gets little timid, intimidated, gets little bit of scare factor. Now it will try to sugarcoat by saying that, hey, you have to prepare, your scores are going down because of this. No, you got to conquer that particular point. Don't be discouraged by scores. So take the bull by the horn and go ahead. You got to write 2 to 3 marks in a week. You got to write them. All right, 3 marks is 3 marks. Fair enough. Second one. All right, now this, as I already told you, a lot of people tend to think that inadequate preparation. In the last 1 month also, if you keep thinking that inadequate preparation, then when do you prepare? You must be preparing for CAT 22. As simple as that. You cannot come with an excuse in your mind saying that it is inadequate. Nothing is adequate. All right, in the sense like, no, can anything be more than adequate? No. All right, because anybody prepared for 2 or 3 years, ask them, they will still have something to prepare. Don't worry about it. Treat it as one channel, taking mock as one channel. Mind tries to give as many excuses as it could in the last 1 month. It should have already started giving some excuses, right? It starts to give excuses. You say that, hey, excuses apart, I am a performer. Let me go on to perform the task, what I should perform. Somebody told me that scientifically I should write 2 to 3 marks in a month. 3 is a good, 3 marks in a week. Let me stick to that standard. Let me put my calendar. Everybody start putting the calendar from 31st of October, because that is the first Sunday you should capitalize. Right, 31st of October onwards, write the calendar till 28th of November. Write the calendar and try to figure out at least for 15 days. Fix the calendar till about 13th of November. Try to fix the calendar till there. Which are the dates that you are going to take the mocks? It should be printed. It should be printed. Man, these are the dates that I am going to take it. So fair enough. All right, no. So whichever the days that you kind of decide. The Sunday, no choice. Rest of the days, your choice. You can be flexible on rest of the dates. Some of you may say that I will write on Wednesday, Friday. Some of you may say that no, sir, I will write Tuesday, Friday. That choice is left to you. That choice is kind of left to you. Okay. So therefore, what? One way is what? Put it on the calendar. That is the task for today. Pull out the beautiful Excel, color code it whichever way that you want to do it, and put the dates today itself, because you are going to take one on 31st. So therefore, put the dates first, because once you put the dates, timing is fixed. Your timing is more or less your exam hall ticket timing, whatever is mentioned around that particular time. So dates is all that you got to fix it, and which should be fixed today itself, being Friday, so that from Sunday you are going to execute this particular plan no matter what. It's very important there. Okay, that's one. Okay, yeah, and let me tell you that, guys, some of the things can be learned only through the exam. For example, the feelings of the 2 hours. What do you mean by that feeling? You start with an RC and you feel that, hey man, it's not going according to my plan. The point is, how do you bring it back? Just like now, it can happen in any of the sports, right? The 2 wickets go down, but then how the middle order builds that innings. Similarly, you get into the DILR section, you mess up the first 10-15 minutes, but you will not say that I'm gone, it's over, my cat is over. No, you will say that the remaining 30 minutes I will fight it back. That's all those experience you will have only through the box. You will say that I don't want to have any bitter experiences on CAT day. That's very true. Having said that, there is a vast majority of us who will go through such experiences on the day, including me. Even I myself have gone through so many such experiences, right? You look at the clock and you say that, hey, you are nowhere closer to the mark that you have set for yourself. So how do you conquer these things? This can be done only through the test. You cannot visualize these things. It has to be experienced. The more the test you write, you will fall under various kinds of experiences, and all these experiences will teach you how to conquer. Even if something slips on the CAT day, yet you can come out as a performer. It is not that just 2-3 wickets fell in the beginning doesn't mean that the team is going to lose. It depends how the middle order is going to build it, how the tail is going to respond to it in cricket. See, very similarly, just because you lost couple of first few minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, doesn't mean that your CAT of entire 120 minutes is over. Of course not, right? These things you learn only through test. There is no other way you can learn these certain things. Okay, that's one. Okay, first warning, what is that I wanted to tell? You will get strong withdrawal symptoms. You will say that I don't want to write. That is when you got to push yourself to go in, push yourself to say that I've already put the date on my calendar. I am going to stick to that particular date and perform a mock on that particular calendar. Hey guys, is it anybody helping? Is it what I'm saying is helping anyone here? At least it is reinforcing some of your thoughts. You also might have thought about it. Is it helping someone? May know, is it helping someone? Is it helping someone? What I'm talking, is it helping someone? Why don't somebody kind of confirm there? Okay. At least Ashutosh and Vineet are saying that it is helping them. Great, great. All right. Okay, okay. Right, good. Yeah, let me come to the point number 2, most neglected point. All right, most neglected point. Let me come to the point number 2. All right, hey, it's helping a lot of you. Thank you, guys. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, point number 2. What's the point number 2? A lot of people ignore revision, overlook revision, right? So what happens is, hey, there is an information overload in your mind at this point in time. Some of you have been learning for the last 3 months. Some of you may be learning for the last 5 months. Some of you may be learning for the last 6 months, and so on. All right, now some of you may be learning even for a year. It doesn't matter. So whatever it is, 3 months to 6 months to 9 months to 1 year, you might have put in a lot of effort, and all this information is in bits and pieces here and there. So it is the time to revisit this. Revisions are very important. It builds the speed, it builds the accuracy. More importantly, revision builds confidence. At this point in time, single most parameter when you get into the hall, when you are getting into closer to the CAT, the most important thing that gets dented is the confidence, right? Somewhere we start doubting ourselves, somewhere we start doubting our capabilities. So confidence get doubted, so dented. So what is the way to improve the confidence? Revision. Whenever you kind of revise and say that, hey, okay, I'm able to do this, I'm able to do this, it builds what? One, indirectly in the psyche, it starts building the confidence. Second thing, it consolidates your learning. And all of us, all right, now we are all kind of clear that, hey, we all have a kind of memory. What kind of memory that we have? Volatile. We all know that, hey, we all have a volatile memory, no doubt. No doubt. I have, and I have seen a lot of students having this. I'm sure that those who are listening to me also have this volatile memory. You think that already know what you did about 5 months, 6 months back. Hey, there are sufficient enough of things what you did even last month you might have forgotten. Ensure that first you capitalize on what is already in your basket before you look beyond. There are already enough things that you have put in your baskets. Some of them are volatile in nature. I'm not saying that everything is volatile. Some of it is volatile in nature. It's a time you kind of revisit. How do you do that? Every day create a revision time. It is very, very important. Every day create a revision time. A lot of people tend to forget this in the last 1 month. So most, because they want to learn new, Hey, it's not about that. First is what? Make time for already what is there in your basket. There are some eggs already in your basket about to hatch. So put them, first consolidate them and then add eggs if it is required. Let's be very clear on that. How often the revision should be done? Every day. Every day. How much time? That's up to you, because you know that how volatile it is. This factor is different for different people. What is the volatile for one person could be different for other person. So you know that how much it has to be revised in verbal. It could be with respect to words. So for some of you it could be with respect to DI. So for some of you it can be revisiting quite a few QA concepts. Park them and check that what is this measure of volatility we are talking about. Based on that, ensure that you create everyday kind of revision. Now again, when you are revising it, revise the volatile substance, not everything. Don't start doubting and start doing the things which you're already good at. Never do that mistake. Then the revision starts consuming most of your time. Then where is the time for the test and the test analysis? You will not have time, or no time for the new learning as well. New learning also is there in this last 1 month, no doubt, because when you're writing the test, you tend to learn something new, no doubt about this, right? When you try to do the reinforcement lectures, for example, I'm doing a reinforcement on geometry at this point in time. You tend to learn somewhere here and there, little bit of bits and pieces, extension of your learning. All that part is there, but at the same time, not at the expense of not having a time for revision. You are trying to do a new learning. It's futile. Trust me, it is going to be futile. Under pressure, you will not be able to recall things unless you do a proper revision on the things that are at least volatile in nature. So volatile can be your vocabulary, it could be your grammar, it could be all right with respect to the rules of parajumbles, or it could be the rules of summaries, whatsoever it could be. You find out, because it is different for different people. There is no one size fits all when it comes to the revision. But very, very important, revision should be everyday activity. A lot of people don't do that. They feel like doing revision once in a while. No, when it comes to the last month, it is most important. You got to consolidate your learnings, right? I already spoke about this. A lot of people carried away by new learnings. They simply focus on new learnings. They kind of all it now, so they kind of overlook. They focus on mocks, and hence the revision kind of thing, they kind of forget it. Create that time, 30 minutes of revision or 1 hour of revision. That's up to you. That's up to you. So that, because we are all different kind of people out here. So we are, some of us need more revision. Some of us need less revision. Some of us need more revision in quant. Some of us need more revision in verbal. It all example differs from person to person, figure that out. But figure out a proper time slot for revision. Everyday time slot for revision is very important. And then create a plan of structure for revision. When you are going to revise your mocks, what are the different things? Because from the mocks also you would have marked something you want to revise from your mocks. When you are going to revise from your study material, right, you would have followed certain study material, you would have stored some lecture videos. You said that, hey, in this lecture video I want to revise some parameters from this lecture video. Look at your resources, whatever be your resources, give a structure to it. Simply don't say that I'm revising something today. No. So you got to revise your mocks, so you got to put that which mock to which mock you are going to revise when, and then when you are going to revise some of this from the study material, when you are going to revise from your lecture videos, all that stuff, whatever you kept for revision, you got to do that part, right? The structured revision is important. A lot of people do some bits and pieces of revision, they don't give a structure to it, and hence they lose the scoring opportunity. In the exam you sit and you realize that I kind of know this, yeah, it looks familiar, but I'm not able to crack this. Knowing and doing are two different things. Once you do a bit of revision, whatever you know, you will be able to translate into productivity. That's important there. Okay, so the second point makes sense. Second point makes sense. Revision is clear. You got to do the daily revision. My point is clear, friends. Because a lot of people keep asking that, all right, now how should I do my revision? You should plan a daily revision. You want to understand more about this? I don't want to bore you on this particular factor. We can, okay, let me take one example to illustrate this point, even before I close, because a lot of people keep asking me this. Hey, how to revise a study material? For example, let me take QA as a topic. Let me take QA as a topic. Let me quickly illustrate this one point here. Study material may be divided into some 20-25 chapters. Let me take a roundup figure. There are 20 chapters. I'm just taking QA as an example. They said that, hey, there is a percentage, there is a profit different chapter, profit loss is a different chapter, SIC is a different chapter, time speed distance, permutation is a different chapter, sequences series is a different chapter. They divided different books, divide them somewhere between 20 to 25 chapters. Let's take a ballpark figure. Let's say that the book that you are following or the study material that you are following, they divided into 20 different pieces of information. Fair enough. So now what should I do? Hey, on any given day, pick 4 topics, at least about 20 or 25% of it. Pick some 4 topics and do just about 5 questions. Pick 24 topics, do 5 questions. That is called as revising that particular material. And again, come back to the same 4 topics, maybe after a week or maybe after 10 days. Because it is not that revision means, hey, I do this particular chapter again after what, till 1 month, I am not going to come to this particular chapter. No, that's not. What do you mean by revision? One is the volatile substance that you are trying to look at. Second one is what? Hey, just I want to be in touch. Being in touch is very important. Last 1 month, I cannot be out of touch with any particular topic. No question of going out of touch. Since I want to be in touch, how will I be in touch? Hey, touch some 5 questions, man. Touch 5 questions. Of course, doesn't mean that you touch some 5 questions means you are not touching x plus y is equal to 10, x minus y is equal to 4. Therefore, what is x? I am not talking about this. It's childish. I am saying that, hey, touch some 5 questions which will add value to you, or which will bring down your volatility factor, something like that. Touch some good 5 questions. Move on to the next 5 questions. Likewise, minimum 4 topics is what you should do. It is not that you looked at a chapter and you are doing all the questions from chapter as if you are doubting something. No, that's not the way. Being in touch. How often? After 10 days at least you should come back to the same topic. 10 days is the lead time. So between that, will you also be touching? Of course, every alternate day you're writing a mock, you naturally touch that particular chapter. But that doesn't mean that there one question can come from time speed distance, or there may be just 2 questions from time speed distance. That might not be enough. Sometimes there will be 0 questions from functions. Therefore, it might be some time that you might not have seen a questions on functions and graphs. And hence it's important that, hey, I will come touch 5 questions on this every now and then. Every now and then can be once in a week or once in a 10 days kind of. Okay, that's what I mean by the structured revision. You know it better, which chapters require more revision, which chapters require less revision, but you got to make this kind of plan of action for yourself. Right? Yeah, yourself. That's something there. That's on the revision side of it. Okay, is this helping someone, guys? Did this help? Did this point help? Probably I gave a little bit of structure to it. You create your Excel, please. Based on your own strengths and weaknesses, please create your Excel. Each Excel looks little different. There is no one standard Excel. That's foolish. One standard Excel is a foolishness. That cannot be, because my strengths are different, your strengths are different, my weaknesses are different, your weaknesses are different. Right? My scoring areas are different, your scoring areas are different. If I suggest one plan, then that doesn't help. It's like going to a doctor and saying that he gives one medicine to any disease. No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. That doesn't work the patient. Yeah, okay. All right, fine. Let me come to the last one. Now, this is the most important factor. A lot of us will start looking at the results at this point in time. Worry of result, right? How we are translating this worry of result. We look at our mock scores and we'll start worrying about the result. Trust me, this is going to put a lot of pressure on you. The moment you become result oriented, which means you focus more on result, it will sink in the anxiety. It brings a lot of anxiety. It makes you alert perform less. The moment anxiety sinks in, the fear sinks in, the tension sinks in, the pressure sinks in. Of course, there is already a pressure, there is a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of everything is good. But the moment you become way too result conscious, all right, if you become result conscious, trust me, it is going to induce the pressure with every passing day. As you get closer to the exam, you get think about it. 15% of the people who fill the CAT form don't turn up for the CAT. What does it mean? Do they have more money just for fancy they did it? I don't think so, right? No, maybe that can be 1%. I'm not sure about it. But 15% year on year, 10% statistical data says that around 15% of the students, those who fill the CAT form, don't appear for CAT. It's a significant number. On 2 lakh people, 2 lakh people writing it, it's a significant number. Not only that, now listen to this. Now listen to this. Now, not only that, out of the people, those who write, 30% of them already transferred in the last 1 month. They shift from 2021 to 2022. This is the mental shift, we call it. They just appear for the test, but in their mind, they thought about it that, hey, I'm going to write the CAT next year. Game is over. Therefore, this how much? This is somewhere about 30 to 40% as far as the statistics goes. I'm taking the lower range. 30% of them who are good enough. In fact, it is not that they are under prepared. They are decent preparation, but still they would say that, hey, otherwise they think that CAT I will not give. I will focus on SNAP hereafter. It's an excuse. It's an excuse. They will say that I will focus on ZAT hereafter. It's an excuse. During the ZAT, they will say that I will focus on next year's CAT. It's an excuse. Stop giving excuses. Tell your mind that, hey, stop giving excuses. So don't play dirty game out here. We are going to excel first in CAT 2021. Beyond that excellence, if you want something, then we will look at CAT 2022. Otherwise, I've started preparing for CAT 21. Let me stick to CAT preparing for CAT 21. All this pressure comes because of what? Because you start excessively focusing on result because of the peer pressure. So I'm sure all of you guys will be working with a little bit of little bit with your peers as well. So peer group comparison also comes. One of them, for example, all right, now Karthik may be scoring some 95 percentile. Mukesh is scoring somewhere about 85 percentile. No offenses meant, guys. So now Mukesh would come under unnecessary pressure looking at Karthik's score. Hey, remove this peer pressure for the last 1 month. Try to mitigate that effect. It's impossible to bring it to zero. I'm not saying that you bring it to zero. If you're of course working in groups, there would be a little bit of peer pressure. Let it not get to your nerves. That's something that you got to keep it in mind. Let the fluctuation in scores, let it not get into your nerves. So because these are the things, what happens is a fluctuation in score puts you off. Peer pressure puts you off. What you got to do is speak to someone who is matured and speak to them as to how we can go about reducing this fluctuation. If there is a problem, figure it out how this can be reduced, right? So that kind of counselings you can seek and bring down the effects of peer pressures and fluctuations. All this comes because you are unnecessarily focusing on the result. Trust me, all you got to do on this particular time is what? Focus 1 day at a time. Don't look beyond today. Honestly, make the calendar for 15 days. I'm not saying that. Make the calendar for 15 days, but execute all your effort. Let it go in executing today. Execute today properly. That's important there. Plan is set for 15 days, but live today. Don't try to think what happens on 29th, what happens 1 week from now. Don't worry about it. You just execute today. You will certainly improve by bounds and leaps in 30 days time. You will see some miracles coming your way. Miracles means the transformation that happens in your way. You will certainly see certain miracles. Hey, I'm not simply talking about it. I've trained students for the last 10-15 years. At least 10 years I counsel them. 10 years I've closely counseled them. I've seen them. What happens there? Hey, you just have to stay focused 1 day at a time. You don't have to look beyond 1 day. But doesn't mean that you don't have a plan for tomorrow. Hey, that's a blunder. You have plan for 15 days at least. 15 days at least. You have a proper plan. Hey, why I'm saying 15 days at least? Based on how how these 15 days went or 1 week went, plan it for the next 15 days. That's a point. Don't do over planning. Don't do over planning, because sometimes what happens is in this 15 days you might have accomplished more than what you planned, or you might have accomplished little less than what you planned. Hey, revise it. No, then you go back and plan for the next fortnight, something like that. No sir, I will do weekly. Fair enough, do weekly also, that's also I'm fine, but have a vision set for at least 1 week. You should be able to visualize, but you will not get overwhelmed by that 1 week planning. You will all focus on executing today. That's very important there. If you see one day at a time, the result does not bother you. If you see more than one day at a time, you fast forward to 29th of November, trust me, the pressure gets to your nerves immediately. That gets to your nerves immediately. Don't ever do that particular mistake, and always be busy engaging yourself in action. So be busy, always keep your mind little busy during this particular point in time. In a healthy manner, engage in the action. Hey, always focus on the word action. Simply don't keep on planning, etc., or thinking. So don't get into all this. All you do is, hey, let me be action oriented. So let me do some test analysis, let me do a little bit of revision, let me do a little bit of new learning, let me speak to the people who are a little positive in nature. Be little action oriented. More importantly, those who do not have little bit of exercise habit, last 1 month, at least this 1 month, please do exercise for 20 to 30 minutes a day. However busy you are, this calms your nerves. What I'm trying to say here, this will certainly calm your nerves. I'm sure all people of your age will be doing a little bit of exercise here and there, just in case you thought that, hey, no man, I want to study a lot. Don't do that. This 20-30 minutes will improve your memory. 20-30 minutes of physical activity will improve your memory. Memory is very, very important for us, right? It improves your memory. It triggers the happy glands, because like at this point in time, you'll be suffering with the anxiety. Suffering in the sense is what? Anxiety kicks in, the fear kicks in, doubt kicks in, all these negative thoughts kicks in. What does exercise does? Exercise technically releases little bit of that kind of pressure. Yeah, that's right, Ashutosh. Running, walking, do whatever you want, man. Hey, I'm not saying that you ought to hit something heavy. I'm not saying that weightlifting you should do back your break and then all it catch some shoulder injury. Hey, I'm not talking about such things, man. You don't have to get into all that. All you got to do is sweat. Basically, I'm saying that sweat. Sweat releases some of the happy hormones in our body. It is a science. What I'm talking is a science. Sweat. Do something. Sweat, not just the stretches. Walk can help you to sweat. A brisk walk is enough. Already it can be a bit of jog is enough. No, you may say that, no sir, I will go to gym. I will do light exercise. Fair enough. That's also fine. Hey, not 30 minutes, sir. I will spend 60 minutes. I am okay with it. I am okay with it. But do it. Not doing is a sin in the last 1 minute. It's as good as a sin. Equivalent of sin, I would rather call it. Okay. Is this helping someone? Is this helping someone? Helping someone? Yeah. Yeah, whatever it is, whatever it is, yeah, serotonin, all those things, dopamine, all those, whatever it is. Good. Yeah, I think I pretty much made my 3 points. I pretty much made my 3 points. All right, now the number 1 to start with, just if I want to put a quick recap. I spoke about the mocks, very, very important. 3 mocks a week. And don't compromise on that. You want to add sectional test, blah, 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 all that stuff you please add, but don't compromise on mocks. Trust me, you will remember one day between this 1 month that, hey, yes, sir somewhere said that, okay, mind says don't write a mock. Now this fellow is telling this dirty trick. Let me not listen to my mind. Let me push and let me get over this particular thought. All right, this is number 1, that what happens. Number 2, all right, that will be the revision. Daily revision is important. How much time, which areas, please all right, categorize this. If you are looking for a little further counseling, you can hop onto this Telegram group, then we can discuss further on this, because I don't want to bore you on this. Number 2. Number 3 is, hey, don't focus on result, focus on process. Process is what you should do today. Focus on that. All right, now check out the result from your mind. Don't worry too much about the result. It's a worry. Result is a worry. Don't worry about it. Process is an action. Therefore, focus on process. Don't focus on the result at this point in time, which triggers a worry, whereas the process triggers the positive action areas. Maybe all right, these are the 3 things kind of I wanted to share to start with. Yes, so we are doing geometry on CAT Ninjas. Just you want to understand, I have done most of my lectures under the banner CAT Ninjas 1.0 for 2021 students, CAT 2021 students. Yeah, you can give a search on the Unacademy Unacademy CAT channel, CAT Ninjas, Belvi Srinivas. Generally, you can join me live at around 10ish, all right, for the geometry, sometimes at 4ish in the evening. feeling kind of. Yeah, so we have done all right now 2 of the tests, and there is a lot of analysis done by the educators on this, and there is a test coming up on 31st, and if that suits you, that is on this particular Sunday, if this suits you, probably you can put this under your calendar and you can do this particular test as well. Yeah, these are the free mocks. You don't have to pay anything for this. These are the free mocks. 2 of them have been done, and there's a third one. Okay, you might have a lot of doubts getting into the last 1 month. Unacademy app, if you refresh, all right now that gives you a feature of ask a doubt. Ask a doubt right on the dashboard, right on the dashboard. Use that particular feature, and it's self-explanatory. Click the picture from whatever the material that you're following, irrespective of material that you're following. Click that picture, upload that particular question. It is very self-explanatory. I don't have to explain how to do all this stuff. Hey, but you have the doubt feature. Quickly somebody will respond to you. That will at least bring down your pressure and help enables you in learning better. Use this feature, ask a doubt feature. Use this extensively. Probably in the last 1 month, this can be one of the best features that you can kind of ask. Yeah, if you have liked the inputs, the 3 points that you that I brought forth, that you have liked it, so put a like button, or click on the like button, and you can share the link with your friends. Yeah, that's pretty much. You can subscribe to this particular lectures, all that stuff. So you can subscribe to Cat Ninjas 1.0. Yes, that's pretty much about it. I thank you guys for being out here. I pretty much enjoyed your company. You guys were quite interactive as well. Whenever I asked a question, you are pretty interactive. I like that particular part. I will see you tonight at 10 p.m. with the geometry reinforcement. Bye till then. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.